All right, guys. Good evening. Cool. Let's wait for a couple of more minutes so that the rest of them can also join. Okay. So as already mentioned yesterday, so today will be the last day for your Zoom link. I believe from tomorrow onwards. I'm not sure. I'll confirm it shortly in this session. So from tomorrow onwards, the link is going to change. Be aware of that. I'll be on mute so that the rest of them can also join. I'll be on mute. So, yeah. All right. So as we have enough people in the session now, so I guess we can start. So how many of you are attending the session for the first time today? Anyone attending the session for the very first time? If you are attending the session for the first time, can you please raise your hand virtually? Virtually, can you raise your hand? All right. Okay. Two people. We have two people in the session. All right. Cool. Cool. Okay. Fine. Fine, guys. All right. All right. All right. Okay. So let's start our session for today. So far we have completed. Can anyone remember what we have completed? What all did we complete so far? Anyone remembers anything? Anyone remembers whatever that we have completed so far? Okay, I'll be on mute. Send me your answers in the chat box. No problem. All right, I've got plenty of answers in the chat box. Very good. Very good. Cool. Very good. Looks like you all remember whatever is covered, which is good. Is good. Retention is very key to this session. I mean, the more you retain, the better it will be for you. So good. I can see most of you have retained a lot of stuff. So yeah, so far we have completed what is our testing. Why do we do testing? What are the objectives of testing? What is your manual and automation testing types? Your different functional and non-functional testing types. We have also learned that as part of the course, and we are still covering them. We are still covering them. We have completed our white box, black box, and gray box testing types. And for those who have joined today for the first time, you will see the admin team will be shortly posting the YouTube links of the previous demos. All right, the admin team will be shortly posting the video demos. I mean, the demos of the last 5 demos. They are uploaded on YouTube, so you can check it out on YouTube also. Those will also be those links. YouTube links will also be provided to you in the chat box. You can check out shortly once they give it in the chat box. You need not worry. And yeah, coming to the content, we have covered what is our manual testing, test automation, our SDLC model, and your different types of SDLC models like your waterfall and prototype model. We have covered these two SDLC models. So we have also covered a few functional and non-functional testing types. So this batch has started last Friday. But the actual course contents have begun from Tuesday this week. Since Tuesday this week, we have started the actual contents. All right. Since this Tuesday only, we have started the actual course contents. So even those who have joined late, you need not worry. You have all the demos available, the videos of the demos, the videos of those concepts available on YouTube. You can easily understand all of those details. That should not be much of a problem for you guys. All right. So continuing today's session. So today we will be learning about incremental iterative model. So this is also one of the SDLC models. So can anyone quickly summarize the different SDLC phases? Quickly, can you guys write it in the chat box? Quickly, can you guys write the different SDLC phases? The different phases in your SDLC. Quickly in the chat box, summarize it. In a sequence, if you can give it to me in a sequence, that would be more helpful so that I can discuss with the rest of them. No, I mean, that's all right. Banu, that's all right. I'm not talking about the different SDLC models. I'm talking about the different phases, different stages in your SDLC. What is SDLC? SDLC is software development lifecycle. So as part of software development lifecycle, what all different phases do we have? The first phase. Okay, the first phase, most of the time, is your kickoff meeting, or some people call it as project initiation. Project initiation or kickoff, whatever it is called as. It should not be a problem. So your kickoff meeting is the first phase in your SDLC. So there you will be interacting with the client for the first time. You will be meeting the client for the first time. You'll understand what his problem is. Why does he want to meet us? And why is he actually meeting us? You'll try to understand that from the client. You'll try to understand the client's problem. So far, what example have I given you guys? You guys quickly summarize which example I have given you guys for the requirement gathering. Which example have I given you? I guess on Tuesday or Wednesday, I've given that example. Electricity department. All right. Let me give you another example. Let's say you are a famous hotel, or you are a famous restaurant in Hyderabad, or let's say in Amirpet in Hyderabad. You are a famous restaurant in Amirpet in Hyderabad. So you want to start online food delivery. You want to start online food delivery as part of your business expansion. You want to expand your business and you want to deliver food online. Okay. Yes, constructing a house. This was also given as a parallel to your SDLC model. So you want to deliver online orders. So you don't want to partner with the existing online food applications in the market, that is Zomato or Swiggy or any other application. You don't want to partner with them. You want your own application. So, but are you an application developer? No, you run restaurant, you manage a restaurant, but you're not a application developer. You don't have an idea of Android application development or iOS application development. All you have is you can spend some money, you can manage your restaurants. That is what you know. Just because you want to develop an application, you're not going to learn Java, right? You will be better managing your restaurant instead of learning Java. So you will reach out to a software company. So what is your problem statement at the moment? What is your problem and what is the problem that you're trying to solve as of now? Imagine you are the restaurant owner. What is your problem and what are you trying to solve? What is your problem as a restaurant owner? What is your current problem and what are you trying to do? What do you want as a restaurant owner at the moment? Exactly, Revati. Exactly. Want an online food delivery application that too all of your own. You don't want to partner with Zomato or Swiggy. You want an online food delivery application all for yourself only. Only your restaurant's menu will be available. Only you will be delivering within 5 kilometers radius. So imagine your restaurant is present in Amirpet in Hyderabad. So somewhere 5 kilometers radius in and around Amirpet, you want to deliver your food order. Because 5 or maximum 10 kilometers radius in and around Amirpet, you can deliver your food without any problem. If it's more than that, you will not be accepting the orders. So that is how your application should work. So your problem now is to have your own food delivery application. Okay. So you reach out to a software company. So for a software company, you are the client. You, in the sense, the restaurant is the client for the software company. So for the software company, since you are the client, the software company will ask you, okay, we are meeting for the first time. What do you want from me? What are you expecting from me? Okay, what are you expecting from me? What do you want from me? This is what your software company will ask you. You should tell them that, I have a very big restaurant. So I have a lot of, I earn very well. I have a lot of customers daily coming to my restaurant. They have given a very good feedback and they want online delivery also. So I want to deliver food in and around 5 to 10 kilometers radius of Amirpet. So wherever your restaurant is situated, within 10 kilometers radius, you will be able to deliver your food. Anything more than 10 kilometers, maybe it's not possible or you'll be charging more. Some different mechanism. This is what is your problem statement. So you'll explain the same to your software company. So the software company will understand what your problem is. And as part of the requirement gathering phase, okay, as part of the requirement gathering phase, they will collect the requirements from you. Okay, how should the application look like? Is it an Android application or iOS application, or you want it for both? Okay, what kind of items do you want to deliver? What is the menu that you want in your application? Imagine yours is a veg plus non-veg restaurant. You should have veg menu separately, non-veg menu separately, even egg menu separately. You have all your biryanis in one section, your all rotis and naans in one section, your starters in one section, your Chinese in one section, your curries and your main course in another section. So you want to differentiate your entire menu like this. You must have opened Zomato or Swiggy, right? You must have placed orders on Zomato. Imagine the same thing happening here also. So you want all of these features. All right. You want to accept orders in and around 10 kilometers radius of your hotel, your restaurant. Okay. You want cash on delivery payment, you want credit card payment, you want debit card, UPI, Paytm, phone pay, all these kinds of payments. All these kinds of payments. And again, is it simply sufficient if we develop an Android application on Play Store? If we develop an application, Android application on Play Store, so that we are the end users. End users, who are the end users? Who are the end users? Can you get that? Who are the end users? Who are the end users? Okay. All right. So you guys are the end users. The people who are placing orders, they are the end users. Whoever is placing the order, imagine you are placing the order. So Gajendra, maybe you have joined late. Okay, you are missing the context. So hold on. So whoever is ordering the food, that person is your end user. Whoever is using your application, he is your end user. So you must have 3 applications at least. What are those? One application so that the end user can place the order. That is you and me. We want to place our order on the restaurant's application, Android application. So one application for the end users, one application for the delivery boy. Okay, the delivery guy who is going to deliver your food, he also needs one application so that he can deliver your order. The delivery partner application will be different. One application for the restaurant also, so that they can manage the orders. So you will see a notification. So and so restaurant has accepted your order. You will see this notification as part of your food ordering application. So you'll have 3 applications. One at the restaurant side, one at the delivery boy side, one at our side who are placing the orders. So you need 3 applications. All the 3 applications should have different requirements. All the 3 applications are for delivering your food. Okay. So the client will give all his requirements. So the software company will analyze those requirements. Since they're not partnering with Zomato or Swiggy and they want their own application, the requirements might be a little different. So they'll take all those requirements, process those requirements, and they will analyze the requirements. Okay, what all are possible? Okay, they'll gather the requirements, they'll analyze the requirements. Okay, are these requirements feasible to implement? Okay, if so, cool. If not, they'll have to suggest an alternative. Okay, so and so feature cannot be implemented. We cannot do this. So we will be suggesting you something else. So something like that. Or after, if all the requirements are feasible, after the analysis phase, if you are good to go, if you are able to satisfy all the requirements of the client, you will have a design phase. In the design phase, you will have your project architects who are responsible for designing the application. I mean, they'll decide what programming language we need to use, what should be the front end, what should be the back end language, how should your integrations happen, all of this technical stuff. This will be decided by your project architects as part of your analysis and design phase. Okay. Now, who will be collecting the requirements from the client? You'll have project architects, project consultants. All these people will take care of the analysis and design part. Very good. But who will collect the requirements from the client? Okay. Exactly. The BA, the business analyst, will be collecting the requirements. The business analyst will be collecting the requirements from the client. He will note it down and he will pass it on to the developers. So this is how it works usually. So next, your business analyst will gather the requirements. He'll send it for analysis and design. After the analysis and design, after to and fro, you have your development phase. What happens in the development phase? What happens in the development phase? What do you think happens in the development phase? What do you understand by development phase? This one here. So you have done your meeting, initial meeting with the client. You have gathered the requirements. You have analyzed and you have designed the product or the application. So what do you think happens in your development exactly? You will be writing the code, or you will be basically starting your development work. Okay, you will be coding the application. So depends on what kind of SDLC model you are using. Maybe you will develop the entire application at once, or you will be developing the application in phases. In first phase, we will be developing till login. In the second phase, we will be developing the menu. In the third phase, we will be developing the payments. In the fourth phase, we will be finalizing everything and we will be getting ready for release. Something like that. You never know how your plan is. What is your schedule? What your plan is? We never know that until you start the project. So developers will do the coding. Good. After the development phase, what do you think is the output? What do you remember? What is the output of your development phase? Build. Exactly. Build is your output. Build is your output. What is a build? What do you understand by a build? What do you understand by a build? Build का मतलब? Exactly. Build is nothing but your app only, your application only. But the application only, but it is not ready for release yet. It is not released. Okay. So it is not ready for release. So imagine you have your short films, or you have your Bollywood, Hollywood, Tollywood movies. Do you think immediately after writing the scenes, or after directing all the scenes, do you think they will immediately release the movie? No, there has to be some editing that needs to be done, right? There has to be some editing that needs to be done. If a movie takes all the scenes, the songs, the action fight, the action scenes, the comedy scenes, your normal other scenes, all of these are done. The shooting is completed. Immediately after the shooting is completed, do you think the movie will be released? No, it needs to go through some editing. So similarly, immediately after your application is developed, you're not going to release the application. No, you need to test the application. You never know how the application is working. So you'll have to test the application. So first you'll test the application. After your application has been tested, okay, after your application has been tested, if you get any bugs, what will you do? Bug tracking. Very good. Bug tracking. What will you do after imagine you have tested your application and you got a bug. What will you do? What will you guys do? Jira is all right. Jira is all right. But what is the purpose of raising the Jira? Exactly. You will connect with the developer. You will inform the developer. You raise a ticket on Jira. That's good. But you will, however, connect with the developer. You will report it to the developer. These are the issues in the application. So I have found out this bug. Please fix this bug. Even after reporting it on Jira, you will still give him a formal message kind of thing saying that, okay, boss, these are all which are not working. This is a bug. So please fix this bug. So your developer will fix that bug and will send back again to you for a testing. What is this called as? Fix the bug and send it back to you again. What do you call this as? Exactly, retesting. Very good. This is called as retesting. Retesting is nothing but you will just check if the bug has been fixed or not. That's it. You will not test anything else. You've already done your testing. Your bug has been found out after a testing only. You have completed your testing. Just because you have completed your testing, you have found out a bug and you have reported that bug. And your next task is to check if that bug has been fixed or not. That is the only thing. So in retesting, you will test only if the bug is fixed or not. You will not test the entire application again. No need, not necessary. So that is what is retesting. So you'll do your retesting. After your retesting, okay, if you confirm that the bug has been fixed, if you see that the bug has been really fixed by your developer, then inform the development team and then they will proceed with the deployment or release. Some people will call it as deployment, some people will call it as release, some people call it as delivery, whatever may be the terminology. Ultimately, after your testing, after your bug fixing, your application will be handed over to the client. Either the client can use it, or if the client wants us to release directly for the end users, we can release it for the end users also, whichever is required. Yes, the application needs to be released for the end users on Play Store and App Store. So we'll be releasing the application officially on the App Store and Play Store. This is what happens in your SDLC. But again, if imagine after release, you have released the application on Play Store. Okay, people have started downloading the application. You've got good, you are very famous. People have started downloading the uh, application from Play Store. So do you think any testing that is needed even after release? Do you think any testing is needed even after your release? You have released the application on Play Store. Do you think you will need any more testing, or is testing completed? Are you done with testing? You're not done with testing. Just because you have released your application, it does not mean that you have completed your testing. No. You still have to keep on testing the application again and again and again and again. Why? Because if I have to open Play Store and show it to you, let's say PUBG. Okay, PUBG, favorite application. So you can see all these reviews in the bottom. Some people have given 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star. Of course, majority of them are 5 star. That's all right. But you have many reviews. After 5 star, the majority review is 1 star only. So you should go through the C. You have given some person has given 1 star rating. So they have given the feedback here. Whatever is the feedback, the company, the software company or the client has to take that into consideration, and they will have to start fixing that feedback. Just because you have released the application, it does not mean that you'll not need testing again. Even though your application has been released, you still have to test your application. Okay, you will, even after release, you may be testing the application for any new updates, or if any bugs are appearing like this. If you have any feedback from the customers or from the end users, either to fix this feedback, you'll test the application, or imagine your client asks for some new feature in the application. He wants a new feature, new functionality in the application. So even for that also, you will develop and you'll test your application. So far, is everyone clear with this? So far, is everyone clear with this thing? I mean, if you guys can confirm, that would be very, very better, because I can only understand based on your response. So if you have anything that is unclear, let me know. I'll give you 2 minutes. Then let me know in the chat box. No problem. All right, no problem. Take 2 minutes. That's fine. I mean, I don't want to rush. I don't want to rush. Take 2 minutes. Okay, I guess we're all clear. So now we will start with our incremental iterative model. Are you guys ready, or you want a break for 1 minute? Let me know if you want a break for another minute. You're silent. I'll consider that you are okay without a break, and I'll continue. All right. Cool. Right. So your incremental iterative model. Okay. Next is your incremental iterative model. So understand by the word increment, and what do you understand by the word iterative? What do you understand? The word increment and by the word iterative. So let's break it down into two parts. What do you understand by increment? What is your understanding of increment? See, I'm not expecting exact answer, but what do you understand by increment? That's the only thing I want. Exactly. Increment, most of us know increment as hike in our company. Hike. That means what happens when you get a hike? Your salary will increase. Your salary will increase. Prabhu, no, practice cloud is not necessary. You can execute this on your own machines only. You need not, you don't need anything else other than your laptop or desktop. Don't need any practice cloud or anything like that. It should be fine. Your laptop should be enough. Your laptop should be enough. So yeah, you need not worry about that. Was I clear? I mean, all okay? Good. So increment means increase. Increment means iterative. What do you understand by iterative or iteration? What do you understand? What is your understanding of iterative or iteration? Repeat. Exactly. Correct. Repeat. Repeat the same process again and again and again. How many times? You don't know that. You're only concerned about repeating. That's it. So same, remembering the same concept, we will start our incremental iterative model. Think of the same thing only. Okay. Remember the same thing. Remember the same thing. So what are you increasing here and what are you repeating here? That is more important in your incremental iterative model. You are increasing something, you are repeating something. And what is that something? You should understand that. Okay. So what are your SDLC phases? What are your SDLC phases? Your SDLC phases start from requirement gathering, and they will end at delivery or deployment. Sometimes even maintenance also. Okay. This is where your SDLC, your entire life cycle will start and end. It will start at requirement gathering. It will end at somewhere around maintenance or sometimes at delivery. Okay. So this is your iteration. Your iteration is nothing but your entire SDLC process. One time, if you repeat the entire SDLC process, right from your requirement gathering till delivery, this is called as iteration. If you repeat the same process again and again and again, your number of iterations will keep on increasing. So what are you increasing and what are you repeating now? Your sort right from your requirement gathering till your delivery. It is called as one iteration. This entire process, this entire thing, this entire cycle. Okay, this entire cycle. If you repeat, if you do it once, it is called as one iteration. If you do it multiple times, it is called as multiple iterations. So going by the same logic here, this top to bottom requirements till maintenance, this is one iteration, and the same process will be repeated again and again and again n number of times. These are nothing but your iterations. So what are you increasing and what are you iterating? Your SDLC process only, your SDLC process, right from requirement gathering till your delivery. This entire process will be repeated again and again and again and again. So in iteration one, you'll be developing a part of the application. Let's say you have developed only till login. You have developed only till login. So this is what you will develop and this is what you will test, and the same requirements will be collected from the client. That's it. That is what is developed and that is what is tested and done. You will send your application for release. Next, in the second iteration, you will again collect the requirements from the client. Freshly, you will again collect freshly requirements from the client. You will again do your analysis, design, development, testing, and again release in the second time. So from the first time and the second time, how many applications will we be releasing? Will we be releasing 2 applications or only 1 application? In iteration 1, we will be developing till iteration 1, we will be developing till login. You have collected the requirements for login and you have developed, tested it, and you have released it. No problem. In the iteration 2, you have again collected the requirements from the client. This time the client has given search for product, this requirement. You have this search for product, right? This search application. So this search for product, the client has given this requirement. No. So again, added the requirements. You have again done your analysis, design, development, testing, and again you are proceeding for release. So on which application are you working now? So in the initial release, okay, in the first release, the application, let's say your application name is sample. This is your application. Sample is your name of the application. After, when you do release for the first time, your application name is sample V1. This is the version of your application, sample V1. In the next release, when you do the next release, you again collect the requirements from the client and you again design, develop, test, and release. What will be the input? What will be the input? I mean, apart from the requirements, on which application or on which thing will you do those requirements? Will you again do everything from scratch or will you do the requirements, the new requirements on sample V1? Will you do the new requirements on V1 or you will develop the application again from login freshly? Exactly. In your next iteration, for your iteration 1, okay, sample V1 was the output. For your iteration 2, sample V1 is input, and at the end of your iteration 2, maybe it will become sample V2 as output. Maybe V2 or V1.1, whatever it is. So for iteration 3, for your iteration 3, what will be the input now? What will be the input? I mean, for iteration 3, again, the client has given some more requirements. For the iteration 3, what will be the input? Exactly, sample V2, because V2 already has V1 and V2. V2 already has V1 and V2. The requirements of V1 are already present in V2, along with V2 requirements also. So imagine, so I'll give you another example. See, you are using something called as WhatsApp. Okay, you are using WhatsApp application. Initially, when WhatsApp was released, WhatsApp had only chat option and voice messages option. You did not have this video calling or normal WhatsApp calling option or even WhatsApp payments option also. I'm talking about somewhere around 2013 and 2014. Back then, there was no voice, WhatsApp call option or WhatsApp video call option was not there back then. It was only normal text messages and your what do you call voice messages. That's what it used to have. Now, every month, if you can check here in your Play Store, if you check it in your Play Store, I hope everyone is aware of updates. If you can click on updates, you'll get all your updates. So when the application is ready, when new features are ready in the application, they will be sending the updates. If you update the application, what will happen? Are you doing application updates on the same application or are you installing new version of WhatsApp? Do you have 2 WhatsApps now or on the same WhatsApp application are you doing your updates? How is it working for you? Okay. Exactly. Exactly. You're correct. So on the same app, we will be doing our updates. So in each iteration, as part of incremental iterative model, the very purpose of incremental iterative model is the requirements might keep on changing. The requirements might keep on changing, but that doesn't mean you don't accommodate those new requirements. Imagine you have done your development. So imagine you have done your development. Okay, as part of your incremental iterative model, you have done some development here, and you are about to start your testing. Just when you are about to start your testing, your client has come up with new requirements. Your client has come up with your new requirements. Is it possible to accommodate new requirements in your waterfall model? Right when you are in the middle of your project, is it possible to accommodate new requirements? Not possible. Exactly. It's not possible. So that is why in your incremental iterative model, okay, in your incremental iterative model, if there are any new requirements coming up, if there are any new requirements coming up ad hoc, I mean immediately by the client, you don't say no to the client. You don't stop your project. You don't stop your work in incremental iterative model. You'll simply say, okay, these are the new requirements. So this has not been agreed upon in the first iteration. So I'll fulfill your requirements in the second iteration. So in a way, you are delivering whatever the client wants, and you're not even wasting your time. You're not stopping your work. So understood the concept now? Understood, guys? The purpose and the advantage of your incremental iterative model? All right, very good. So the purpose is not to stop your work, and you can take as many number of requirements as you can from the client so that the client can be satisfied. Ultimately, whatever project you do, client satisfaction is of the utmost importance. Client satisfaction is of the utmost importance. So that is why you can take whatever requirements the client gives. Problem. If you're not able to fulfill in this iteration, no problem. You will simply assure the client saying that, okay, boss, I was not able to fulfill your requirements in this iteration. For the next iteration, I will fix this. I will develop new requirements. No problem. This is what you will say to the client. This is what you will say to the client. So the client, will now be assured that his requirements are being addressed. He does not feel that, okay, they are not accepting my requirements. No, nothing like that. He will be assured that, okay, my requirements are being considered. So everybody understood the concept of your incremental iterative model? Or does anyone have any confusion or doubts or anything of such? Yes, Kavya. The output of first iteration will be the input for the next iteration. Exactly. This was what I was telling you. This was what I was telling you. In the first iteration, your output is sample V1 application. So for the second iteration, sample V1 is input. And based on this, you will work on the new requirements, and sample V2 will be the output. So that's how it works. So everyone understood this incremental iterative model, or does anyone have any confusion or any doubts or any clarity that is missing? Why do we use incremental iterative model? Why should we use incremental iterative model? Why? Because nobody can plan all the requirements in advance accurately. Nobody can plan the requirements that accurately. Sometimes you might be forgetting some requirements, or some requirements might come up as and when you work on the project. So in order not to disappoint anyone, not to disappoint the client, to make sure your product is working as per the requirements of the client, you will always give chances to the client so that the client can provide his inputs, his requirements. Okay, you will never say no to the client. As long as the requirement is possible, you will never say no to the client in your incremental iterative model. The requirement can be addressed, it can be satisfied, it can be accommodated in any of the iterations possible. You will agree upon an iteration, you will agree upon a timeline, and based on the timeline, you will address those requirements. You will never say no to the client. This is what is the basic funda of your incremental iterative model is. Okay, the same process will repeat again and again. Requirement gathering till release, requirement gathering till release, requirement gathering release, requirement gathering till release. Same thing. The more number of iterations you have, the more number of releases you will have. Okay. So why do we have to do it? So that we can deliver a more matured product. So in the beginning of WhatsApp, it only had text messages and voice messages. That's it. But moving forward, they have introduced WhatsApp calling. Okay, you have to update. You have to do your updates on Play Store, and automatically your WhatsApp would have this call option. And after a few months or after a few years, they have introduced video calling also. You again update your application on Play Store, and again your application will have that video call option. And later on, they have introduced WhatsApp payments. You again update your application on Play Store, again your application will have new WhatsApp payment feature also. So instead of developing the entire application at once, WhatsApp did not think that there would be something called as WhatsApp UPI payments. When they started WhatsApp in 2013 or 2014, they didn't imagine that there would be something like UPI. That they didn't imagine that there would be something like video calling. But in order to have a very matured product, in order to have a product which competes with the rest of the products in the market, you need to add new features, new requirements, new functionalities to your application. So that is possible with your incremental iterative model, because even if it is not possible to add in the current release, at least for the next release, you will plan and update your application. That's the main motto. That's the main motto of your incremental iterative model. But again, because you are able to add, sometimes your client might be frequently changing the application, frequently changing the requirements. That might not be a good option also sometimes. That might not be a good option to change the requirements frequently. Just because it is accommodating, you should not be changing the requirements very frequently. And this is good for large projects, big projects also. Your incremental iterative model forms the base of your agile methodology. Your agile methodology also follows some sort of incremental iterative methodology only, incremental iterative model only. So if you are clear with your incremental iterative model, your agile methodology will be very easy for you. Okay. So just because, you can plan your requirements as and when you want. If you give your requirements very frequently, instead of planning everything at once, if you keep on changing the requirements, or if your requirements, you keep on adding more and more and more and more requirements every time, maybe that's bad planning. So this will increase the number of iterations. This will increase the number of releases. Okay. But again, the cost may be one more issue, because if you have too many iterations planned, obviously the cost will also increase. Obviously, to deliver the final product, you will require more iterations. So more time is required. So that may be a challenge for you in incremental iterative model. The more number of iterations you have, the more delayed your final product will be. Because in each phase, you're only developing a part of the application, not the entire application, not developing the entire application at once. You are dividing the entire application development into different phases, and each phase you are developing certain part. In first phase, you'll be developing till login. In the second phase, login is existing. On top of that, you will be writing your search functionality. In the third phase, login, search functionality are already there, and you have introduced payment functionality. So in iteration 4, you will be adding some more new requirement. That's how your application will be developed, tested, and released. But if you plan too many number of iterations, your release might be delayed. You must have given some deadline to the client saying that, in 6 months, I'll be delivering the application for you. If you plan too many iterations, you may not be able to deliver it in 6 months. Maybe that's a drawback. The cost will also increase. The more number of iterations, the more cost. He'll have to pay salaries, right? The clients, the software company should also pay salaries. Obviously, the cost will also escalate. The cost will also increase. So maybe that's one, it's not a drawback, but that's the feature of your incremental iterative model. So is everyone clear, or does anyone require more clarity on this? All right, very good. So now enough of your SDLC models for today. So the new joiners, are you still there, or have you left? The new joiners who have joined today for the first time, can you guys please raise your hands again? The new joiners who have joined for the first time today, can you guys please raise your hands? All right, very good. Okay. So one thing that you guys have to note, the new joiners who have joined today for the first time, these notes will be shared with you on Google Classroom. So once your payments are done, so guys, refer to the chat box. Admin team have pasted their phone number so that, I mean, they have given the instructions for payment and all those details, how to pay and all of that stuff. So you can refer to the messages in the chat box. Okay, they have given the details of payment and all in the chat box. You can refer to that. Okay, so again, I'm again copy pasting that those details in the chat box. Hold on a minute. These are your payment details. So our admin, the batch admin is Ramesh Garu. So Ramesh sir will be there to answer all your queries. It would be better if you guys can clear the fees as soon as possible, because from tomorrow onwards, the Zoom link might change and the Zoom link will be sent for only those people who have made their payment. So maybe tomorrow also you might have it. I'm not sure. You will get an update from the admin team. Maybe tomorrow also the same Zoom link will work. Not sure about it. If you are not getting any update from the admin team, the same Zoom link will be applicable even for tomorrow also. You need not worry. And this will be a 6-day session. Every week we'll connect for 6 days. Okay, every week we'll connect for 6 days. And Monday and festivals and public holidays are obviously holidays for you. So you can ignore on that day. Offline classes. This is an exclusively online class. 9 p.m. There are no offline batches at 9 p.m. If I'm not wrong, there are no offline batches at 9 p.m. It is already 9 p.m. If I start the session offline 9 p.m., not all people might attend at 9 p.m. offline, right? So 9 p.m. you do not have any offline batches, but I will be present in 7:30 in the morning of offline batch. But again, there are other faculty also who will take Selenium in other slots, in other offline timings. You can check with the admin team on that. I have pasted the admin's details, admin's phone number in the chat box. You can reach out to them on WhatsApp and you can check with them. No problem. And where was I? Yeah, this is a 75-day course. I mean, 2.5 months, roughly 2.5 months are required to complete this course. Roughly 2.5 months. So we'll be taking 2.5 months to complete this course, and post that, I'll be also helping you with resumes. I'll be sending you 2 sample resumes, one for manual and one for automation plus manual. You can refer to that and prepare your own resume. We will also be giving you a sample project for your practice purpose, but for automation. Okay. And I will also help you out with Naukri profile updation also. Prabhu, maybe you can check that with the admin team, because I only deal with the teaching part. The fee details, the recordings, the certificates, course completion certificate, placements, all of that you can check it out with the admin team. If you have any doubt in the content or the concepts, you can ask me, because I'm not responsible for the fees and all that stuff. So better check with the admin team. So this is a 2.5 month course. So I'll also help you out with your resume preparation and uploading a resume and Naukri, and so there will be some basic settings on Naukri so that your profile will be very easily visible to your recruiters. So I'll be helping you out with that thing also. And every day the session will be for 1.5 hours, at least minimum 1 hour 15 to 1 hour 20 minutes for sure. Okay, but since this is the first week of demos, I'm closing a little early. But from next week onwards, we'll have a 1.5 hour session, and these will be your course contents. So you will learn your manual testing and automation for 75 days. Manual will be for exclusively 3 to 4 weeks. You are in the first week. Roughly, there are 2 more weeks to go. So 3 to 4 weeks of manual. Next, everything remaining will be automation only. You'll also learn manual database testing using MySQL and manual API testing using Postman also. The basics of database and API testing as part of this course. We'll be learning that also. Okay, you'll also learn about Jira. So I would recommend you guys to have your laptop because this will be a hands-on session. You will also have to do it along with me in the session. You will also have to do it along with me in the class, in the session online. So if you have any doubts, I will immediately in the class, I'll clear your doubts. So that would be helpful for every one of us. That is why I'm asking you guys to get your laptops and join from there. Laptop or desktop, whatever it is. But better not use your mobiles. So I'm not saying it's mandatory. It's better if you have it. If you don't have it, relax. You need not worry. You can still join. So your career, your background experience, your technical knowledge, your IT, non-IT, your experience, all that does not matter. All it matters is, are you able, do you have basic computer knowledge and are you able to put enough efforts? That's what matters. Anyone can join this course. So you'll also learn how to write your test cases. Post that, we will start our automation. In automation, we'll be learning core Java first. It will again be a 3 to 4 week of course content. You'll be learning in depth about core Java. So that much of core Java is really not necessary for Selenium. But again, just to be sure with your interview, just to be able to answer your interviewer's questions, you will learn more Java in this course. Course is when compared to other faculty and other Selenium courses, this course covers a lot of content in core Java. So core Java is the main important thing in this course. So 3 to 4 weeks, I mean, half of the course will be for core Java only. So we'll be covering core Java. Post that, we will start our Selenium. So Selenium is your browser-based automation tool. Anything that you do with your browser, right from opening the browser, going to a website, typing something, clicking something, okay, whatever that you do on your browser, you can automate it with the help of your Selenium. You can automate it with the help of your Selenium. So that is what you're going to learn in Selenium. Selenium, you're going to learn it along with core Java. Selenium is your tool, and the tool is available in multiple programming languages like Python, C#, Java, all of that stuff. But you'll have more openings based on Selenium with Java. So Selenium with Java will be explained in this course. Okay, so first we'll be covering core Java. Next we'll be moving on to Selenium. That's how the order will be. After that, you'll also be learning two frameworks also. TestNG is one framework, and Cucumber PDD is another framework. We'll be learning these two frameworks also because Selenium with Java is not sufficient for you sometimes. So to be on the safer side, learning two more frameworks also. You will also be given a sample project so that you can also do practice. I'll also be giving daily tasks for you on your core Java and Selenium also. During your core Java also, I'll be giving you tasks. During your Selenium also, I'll be giving you tasks. During your TestNG also, I'll be giving you tasks. Okay, all these knowledge that you have gained here will be very much helpful in your sample project. So that is why I'll be giving you tasks also. You'll also learn about Git, GitHub, and Maven. It's completely all right if you don't know any of these words or terms. Okay, it's completely all right if you don't know any of these terms. That's how you are expected to be. You're not expected to know any of these terms. Okay, I will help you out with all of these things thoroughly, step by step, in a very normal pace. Okay, so does anyone have any queries regarding the concept that we have learned today or about the course content or whatever that has been covered today? Does anyone have any queries? And the YouTube links, the YouTube video links have also been posted in the chat box. The YouTube videos of the first 6-day demos. We have started last Friday. So Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Till yesterday, all of those video links have been pasted in the chat box. You can refer to them in your leisure time. Copy paste those links so that you can access them even after the session. Copy paste those links so that you can refer to them even after the session is completed. Okay. So any other queries, guys? Any other queries? Any other queries? Do you have any other queries? All right. Looks like you do not have any queries. Looks like you do not have any queries. So, Bhanu, so the automation will take at least 2 more weeks because in manual, I'll be covering. Are you aware of database testing using MySQL? Are you aware of this one? Database testing and API testing, the basics. So maybe it will take 2 to 2.5 more weeks. So if you are not aware of database testing, I would suggest you to join the database testing. Join from database testing. So it will easily take 1.5 week to start database testing. So you can join from database testing. Since you already know API testing, maybe you can sit for that API session just for practice. No problem. So to start automation, I might need 2 more weeks. I mean, to start core Java automation, core Java is the first thing that you will learn in automation. So core Java first and Selenium next. So I need 2 more weeks to start automation, roughly. No, rest API testing topics are covered. Your status codes, your get, post, patch, delete, all of those are covered in API testing. But there is no API automation. Okay, rest assured, basic rest assured API testing topics are covered, but API automation is not the course content. Manual API testing is covered, but API automation is not covered. This course is more of UI automation. UI automation, all right. Yeah, in database testing, you will learn till joins, inner join, outer join, left outer join, all of those. We will be covering till joins in your database testing. Again, since this is not a data science course, you might not need that much of database query knowledge also. Just enough to do your database testing. You will have your concepts covered till joins. Your basic CRUD operations like create, select, update, delete, truncate, drop, joins, aliases, all of those will be covered. Yes, Rajesh, you will have that also. Yes, you'll have that also. Again, a very different in-depth topic that needs to be covered as a separate course. So you have separate courses for that. But to be honest with you, there are not many openings for that. UI automation is currently in demand. So you can just check your Naukri and Monster to be sure. Ashwini may not be exactly what you're thinking it is. Slightly a little different. It's not exactly the same. No, ETL testing is different. It is not covered in this course. Next, so give me 1 more week. Banu, just we might need 1 more week. So one week more to start that manual database testing, because I need to cover the manual concepts as well as Jira also. I might need 1.5 week roughly. Yes, Durga, go on. All right. Okay, let me stop the screen sharing. I guess that's enough for today.